Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Jaya Brajajana Ranjana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Vrindavan Chanda Radha Vrindavan Chanda Radha Vrindavan Chanda Sri Radhe Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Shishi Gauranita Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya युगधर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद् हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की ISKCON BBD संस्थापक आचार्य हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद् श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय ब्रज भूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय श्री क्षेत्र पुरुषोत्तम धाम की जय पंढरीपुर धाम की जय गंगामयी की जय यमुनामयी की जय भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय गोलोक प्रेमदन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय बृहद मृदंग श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय Transcendental book distribution ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudiraye nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavate uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, we welcome all the devotees to the Srimad Bhagavatam class. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Canto 6, Chapter 2, Ajamila delivered by the Vishnudutas, verse number 16. Gurunam cha lagunam cha Guruni cha laghuni cha prayaschittani papana jnatvoktani maharshibhi Gurunam cha lagunam cha Guruni cha laghuni cha प्रायश्चित्तानि पापानां ज्ञात्वोक्तानि महर्षिभिः गुरूणां च लघूनां च गुरूनि च लघूनि च प्रायश्चित्तानि पापानां ज्ञात्वोक्तानि महर्षिभिः गुरूणां च लघूनां च प्रायश्चित्तानि पापानां ज्ञात्वोक्तानि महर्षिभिः गुरूनि च लघूनि च प्रायश्चित्तानि पापानां Vaishnavis गुरूणां च लघूनां च गुरूनि च लघूनि च प्रायश्चित्तानि पापानां ज्ञात्वोक्तानि महर्षिभिः. Word-to-word translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Word-to-word meaning: Gurunam heavy, cha and lagunam light, cha also. Guruni heavy, cha and laghuni light, cha also. Prayaschittani, the process of atonement. Papana, of sinful activities. Jnatva, knowing perfectly well. Uktani, have been prescribed. Maharishibhihi, by great sages. Translation: authorities who are learned scholars and the sages have carefully ascertained that one should atone for the heaviest sins by undergoing a heavy process of atonement, and one should atone a lighter sins by undergoing a lighter atonement. Chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, however, vanquishes all the effects of sinful activities, regardless of whether heavy or light. Purport. In this recording, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Tagore describes an incident that took place when Samba was rescued from the punishment of the Kauravas. Samba fell in love with the daughter of Duryodhana, and since according to Kshatriya custom, one is not offered a Kshatriya's daughter unless he displays his chivalrous valor, Samba abducted her. Consequently, Samba was arrested by the Kauravas. Later, when Lord Balaram came to rescue him, there was an argument about Samba's release. Since the argument was not settled, Balaram showed his power in such a way that all of Hastinapur trembled and would have been vanquished as if by a great earthquake. Then the matter was settled and Samba married Duryodhana's daughter. The purport is that one should take shelter of Krishna Balaram, the Supreme Personality of a Godhead, whose protective power is so great that it cannot be equaled in the material world. However powerful the reactions of one's sins, they will immediately vanquished if one chants the name of Hare, Krishna, Balaram or Narayana. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shrade Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Guru Namcha Lagu Namcha Guru Nicha Lagu Nicha Parayas Chittani Papanam Jnatvokthani Maharshibhi. Authorities who are learned scholars and the sages have carefully ascertained that one should atone for the highest sins, heaviest sins by undergoing a heavy process of atonement, and one should atone for lighter sins by undergoing lighter atonement. Chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, however, vanquishes all the effects of sinful activities, regardless of whether heavy or light. Hare Krishna. So I'm seeking blessings because especially today, very senior most devotees also in our congregation, they presented, and this is the first time I'm presenting in front of them, face to face. His Grace, our Suddhanita Chandra Prabhu is there, and His Grace Rasa Vigraha Prabhu is there. So I just came in front of them. They saw me even, I think, even Panchet also. But in front of them to talk, it's very difficult because they are having the decades of practices, they're living lifestyle like that. So I'm seeking their blessings and also assembled Vaishnavas also. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 2. This Ajamila rescued from the Yamadutas, by the Vishnudutas, they rescued by. So today's verse, if you can split this, there are the two things, like authorities have been described that the heaviest sins can be atoned by undergoing the heavy atonement. Similarly, the lightest sins can be atoned by the lighter. But Prabhupada and Acharyas, again, the translation is written that chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, however, vanquishes all the effects of sinful activities, regardless of whether it is heavy or lighter. And how Ajamila perfected this, and it's a perfect suitable example. And what further Srila Prabhupada is narrating for us to learn from this. Does it mean really just by chanting the Hare Krishna? Then I think how many devotees chanted early morning? Totally 16 rounds. So I think most of all of us chanted every day and chanting, not only today, every day we are chanting 16 rounds. So Ajamila just chanted the one Hare Krishna Mahamantra, not even Hare Krishna Mahamantra, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada writing, at the end, Hare, Krishna, Balaram, and Narayana. So, okay, amongst these four names, Ajamila chanted the Narayana, this four-lettered word, Narayana. So he got liberated. We are chanting, and all over the world, every ISKCON devotee and who is aspiring and who is there inside, everyone is chanting the same Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Minimum 2 hours, as Prabhupada says, 16 rounds are minimum, and further is unlimited throughout the day, 24/7. So I think we all might have been vanquished all effects of the sinful activities, regardless of whatever we have done. So how much it is affecting us, or how much really we have been awarded or been graced by the Lord then. As Ajamila got graced, he got liberated and he went back to Godhead. But thing is, how he went back to Godhead, what he did further. So that is a highlight point here. Not only in this, Srila Prabhupada in his book of Second Chance, Prabhupada writes this. From different scriptures, like a Brihad Vishnu Purana also he quoted, and Garuda Purana also he quoted, and Skanda Purana also he quoted. Jai Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra ki, Jai Shri Gaunitai ki, Jai Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So as we saw, chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, however, vanquishes all the effects of sinful activities, regardless of whether heavy or light. Even atonement is there, just like, for example, in this material world, to live a lifestyle, the basic point is ignorance. Only a person in ignorance can live in this world. What is the meaning of ignorance? Just forgetting about what I have done just now, whether it is good thing or bad thing. If I remember that I did the bad thing, I have to atone for that. Then I will become in helpless situation. Then Krishna obviously will uplift us. If we forget, okay, I have never done any mistake, honestly. हिंदी में बोलते हैं कसम से बात कर रहा हूँ मैं कभी झूठ नहीं बोलता हूँ और मैं कभी ऐसा बोला भी नहीं मैं जो बोला वो सब सही है If I remember, then the difficult comes. Then I cannot live my lifestyle as it is. Even when we did the mistakes, the same thing, when we did Papa Karma also, that's the reason actually we are living in this world, because we forgot all the things. Krishna given us that remembrance, how he gives us the remembrance also, he is giving that, because we don't want it to be remembered, Krishna. So we wanted to be forget. So Krishna is giving that. To the degree we want to remember that, yes, Krishna will give. Ye tamam prapadyante tam satyava bhajamyaham. And in that, in the Bhagavad Gita 4th chapter, Krishna says that, however you are remembering me, I will award you. But further in the 10th canto, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam enamam upayantite. I will give that buddhi, enamam upayantite, how he can come to me. Because he is always doing Tesham satata yuktanam, in the association of the devotees. Bhajatam, he is practicing the pure devotional services. Unlimited, unmotivated, uninterrupted, unconditional. There is no condition. Krishna, I am chanting. I think today's morning my interview is there. So please give me some. So it is on the strength of the holy name just we are doing and that. Even though it's not Papa, but it comes under the category of the 7th offense which we are doing it. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just given us only 2 things. Chant the holy name and never commit any offenses. Just because we are offending, that is the reason. Even though we are chanting the holy name, a minimum 2 hours of 16 rounds Hare Krishna Mahamantra and remaining 22 hours through our services to Lord Krishna and Prabhupada and Gurudev. But still we are not affecting just because of the effect of offenses, not just because of I'm chanting, but I'm not getting. No. But whereas Ajamil, he also chanted the same name in the Namabhas. So he got liberated from all his sinful activities. So these three slokas, which are from the different Prabhupada quoted that Brahmanda, Bharat Vishnu Purana, Nikaruda Purana, and Skanda Purana. Just what it is, we will see. Namno hiyavati shakti papa nirharane harehe tavat kartum na saknoti patakam pataki naraha. This is from Brihad Vishnu Purana. Simply by chanting one holy name of Hare, a sinful man can counteract the reactions of more sins than he can commit. So that is the power of chanting the holy name. It's from Brihad Vishnu Purana saying. Then Garuda Purana, Prabhupada wrote that Avashenapi jannamni kritite sarvapatakai puman vimuchyate sadhyaha simhatrastair mrugairiva. If one chants the holy name, even in helpless condition, just like Ajamila chanted in helpless condition actually. There is no hope for him. There is no hope. He's in helpless condition, just like when a child in a helpless condition, he cries. Then mother comes and because she is engaging in household duties, so because she cannot feed the breast milk, so then she gives little something, lollipop or whatever, which he can able to digest, and then she move forward for doing her household affairs. But by seeing that is helplessly he cried, then she attended the call. But next day, just because I am crying, I am getting something. It's condition. It's not unconditional. It's a condition. If you would have cried that, even second day also, mother will come wherever she will be. That is a motherly love. Wherever she will be, she will come. Even sometimes when we are grown up, I think we will be in India and mother will be abroad, something like that. We can take every time we say that students will be there in abroad, mother will be in local. No, now mother is in abroad and we are here. Then we will be in difficult situation. We cry like ma, we'll shout. In the heart of the heart, the mother feels the pain which his son is undergoing, because in his helpless situation when he is crying, because the connection is so tight. So like that, Krishna also remembers. But the thing is, this child is crying just because yesterday I got the something when I cried. So today I cry, then I will get either one, if not two, I will get at least one. It's a conditional. But nevertheless, mother will never turn up because she knows that. Because he is crying just for two more or at least one of the gifts. But she will get zero. Not even attention. But here it is telling, helpless condition or without desiring to do so. Actually, sometimes like when in Tukaram Maharaj situation, like Tukaram Maharaj's good wife, she's going in where he is chanting. Only she knows, because of the wind blowing through the chanting of the holy name of Lord Vittala, which her good husband, like the saint Sant Tukaram, is chanting the holy name. And she moves ahead, and during that time she some thorn got pricked in her foot. So then suddenly she cries. So immediately what happens then? Lord Vittal appears over there in the form of some person, ordinary person. So this is without desiring to do so, without desiring to get the mercy of Krishna. Even the good wife of Tukaram, she cried. But still Krishna attempted. All of one's sinful reactions immediately depart. So the sloka is telling about, just as a lion roar causes the small animals in the forest to flee in fear. Just like we can see, not in Hindu temples, but especially when we see in the mosques or in different temples, as soon as they start that mic, so a huge sound will come. Till that time it will be very peace. So all the pigeons will be there. But as soon as the little sound vibration, it shouts, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. All the pigeons, just they fly. So similarly it is stated that even one chants the holy name, the condition is helpless without desiring to do so. As the lion roars causes the small animals in the forest to flee, similarly, all of one's sinful reactions immediately depart. Prabhupada quoted from Garuda Purana. In Skanda Purana, what Prabhupada is quoting? Sakriducharitam yena harir ityaksharadvayam bhanda parikarastena mokshaya gamanam prati. As a person who once chants the holy name of the Lord, consisting of the two syllables Hare, guarantees his path to liberation. So Ajamila also, by chanting Narayana, so he got the guarantees path to liberation. So further what he did, by the blessings of Vishnu Dutas, he got an opportunity to really purify himself, to do atonement. But nevertheless, he didn't remember whether I have done the heaviest so that I have to perform the heaviest atonement, or I have done the lowest sins so that I can go for the lower atonement. No. All that he remembered only one thing. I just wanted to Lord Hari's name throughout my life, or rest of my life. So, it is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. Brahmanas, directly I will go to the end. It is in 5th canto, 19th chapter, verse number 19. Verse number 14. Yetaihi kamushmika kamalam pataha suteshu dhareshu dhaneshu chintayan sanketa vidvan kukalevarantyayat yastasya yatnah shramayeva kevalam. Materialists are generally very attached to their present bodily comforts and to the bodily comforts they expect in future. Therefore, they are always absorbed in thoughts of their wives, children, and wealth, and are afraid of giving up their bodies, which are full of stool and urine. If a person engaged in Krishna consciousness, however, is also afraid of giving up his body, what is the use of his having labored to study the Shastras? It was simply a waste of time. Srima evahi kevalam. So, materialistic persons or even Krishna consciousness people also, Prabhupada is writing that because of giving up, by studying the different Shastras. But after studying the so many Shastras also, what happened? Vidvanapi karshanam, karshati. So what happened? Even at the cost of, by studying also, there may be chances that, because it says that even in a devotee circle also we say that Prabhupada write, and even from the different scriptures, that even a devotee, he should not be associated, or he should not sit alone with his own mother, sister, and daughter also. Because vidvan api karshati, so we don't know when what will happen. But the thing is, here it is telling that the next verse, Prabhupada, the next verse it says, it's telling, this is actually, these are the description of the island in Jambudvipa. And Narada Muni is praying to Naranarayana Rishi. So these are the prayers. So, but what the devotees, just like Ajamila did, it was not just atonement also, because atonement always remains there. We have to have. But not at the cost of whether I have done the heaviest or whether I have done the smallest. No. The atonement is Means the tapasya is practicing the spiritual life, rest of our eternity, just for the pleasure of Krishna, not to eradicate my sins, not to get out of from the sins which I have done, whether the heaviest or the lowest. So in this verse 5, 19, 15, Tanna prabhutvam kukalevararpitam tvanmayayaham mamatam adokshaja Bindyamayena shuvayam sudhirbidham videhi yogam tvayina svabhavamiti. Therefore, O Lord, O transcendence, kindly help us by giving us the power to execute bhakti yoga so that we can control our restless minds and fix them upon you. So just like outside the world, as previous verse, it's telling about this materialistic people, how they are engaging. So even once we have been Krishna consciousness also, we are also having like grahasthas. They are also having house, wife and children and everybody. But how they are praying here? Kindly help us, giving us the power to execute bhakti yoga, the pure devotional service, so that we can control our restless mind, which is pulling from different, like life is like, we can say it is like in the four wheels. Like sometimes we will take our own physical needs, family needs, our career and our friends. Right? Sometimes when we are in a career, so much so that the project is, so much work is load is there. So sometimes 18 hours, 20 hours a day we have to work. But at the cost of family, health and friends. And sometimes, friends, my mother's health is so poor, I have to take care. Then, no family, the rest, relatives and health, no career. So like that we will go here and there, in balance. So often we think that, let us drive the steering wheel which always control these four things and the four wheels so that car moves very smoothly. But even settling down like balancing life also is not a pure devotee or who is aspiring for the pure devotional service will never ever settle. Of course, that help us to focus on the pure devotional service, just like a Varnashama system, Varnashama Dharma also, which helps us, which promotes us, which guides us to very smoothly towards to the pure devotional service. But that itself is not the pure devotional service. That's what we have to pray here, so that we can control our restless mind and fix them upon you. And we know that Devahuti and Kapila section, then how the yogi has to meditate. Prabhupada writes that even the yogi has to meditate upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Vrindavan Chandra, from the lotus feet and the calves, where Mother Lakshmi massages Lord's lotus feet. Then his hips, then the lotus navel and the chest. Gradually it elevates to just like the Sumambunam, the full bloom morning face of Lord Shri Krishna. So we have to fix our mind upon them, not struggling with mind, senses and words. Just like trying to control them. We cannot, unless until Krishna gives the strength. So further it is telling that we are all infected by your illusory energy. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva ye prapadyante Maya metam tarantite. This Maya is my energy. Not knowing that, just we are fighting against this. But we will never ever rescue. Only we will take shelter of Krishna, Krishna will rescue us. At this point of time, I want to just narrate two stories. Especially the first one is, we know in the Mahabharata, Draupadi, Dushasana, he is pulling on the order of Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra, and nobody, even Bhishma, everyone is there. Mother Draupadi was helpless condition. Of course, she is trying herself. I want to grab as much as I can. She is the Abala, just like a lady. How much she has a strength. At the cost of Dushasana, the Kshatriyas having so much power in his hands. But still she is trying. And she is begging each and every one, please help me. And even her own husbands. No. Then she understood. Whom we have to take shelter? Krishna. Agre kuruna mata pandavanam dushasanena gritame tavisa. Krishna tada krodha mananyanata govinda damodara madhaveti. At that helpless situation, when Dushasana is pulling her sari, at the same time she is begging everyone, but she understood nobody can, because everything is Krishna's energy only. Unless Krishna sanctions, nobody can help me. Why to beg? And so that Krishna sanctions. As we say that this material world is three modes. In this material, whether we are in a last class, I have described the same thing, that three modes are already there. Because of the three modes, this material world is working. And the pure devotee or a devotee or a struggling devotee or a materialistic person, everybody is there under these three modes only. But only thing, the difference of the pure devotee and the normal person is, he transcends these modes, but whereas we have been controlled by these modes. Because even though those things are there, doesn't affect them, because they are completely taken the shelter of Krishna. They are within this world, but not of this world personalities. Physically they are there. Their mind is always hooked at the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna, constantly. That's what. So that we can control our restless minds and fix them upon the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. So they have. So then she understood. Nobody. So why to unnecessarily Krishna sanctions and material nature facilitates me? So better I will take the shelter of Krishna. Then she cried, Govinda Damodara Madhava. Then immediately Krishna rescued Mother Draupadi. So like, we are also infected by the illusory energy of Lord. Therefore, we are very attached to the body, which is full of stool and urine, and to anything related with the body. Except for devotional service, there is no way to give up this attachment. Therefore, kindly bestow upon us this benediction, that always our mind will be focused upon your lotus feet. So in this way, Ajamil also, he chanted that is the difference. In a helpless condition, as a child, helpless condition, he chanted or else uttered as a mother. And the mother came and attended the call of the child. And similarly, Vishnudutas came to attend the call of Ajamila when he chanted helplessly. And he gave, and he got the second chance. So I've been given the second chance. So then further, he went to Haridwar and what he did? He just chanted. Just like Hardas Thakur also, we know, Hardas Thakur also delivered the prostitute. She came there. And actually Ramchandra Khan got three prostitutes. The first two people, I think Champa, and the last one is Padma. So like that. So one more is there. So these first two, they said that, oh, he is a very great saint. I don't want to disturb. Already I have done lot of sins, heaviest sins. I am unable to nullify them. If I can go and hit this saint, gone case. I am trying my limit. That means actually she is having that soft corner, that I have to get use of this human form of life to do some self-realization. Second one also did the same thing. Third one, and that prostitute accepted Ramchandra Khan's. You don't worry, just within one day, I will do your job. And as we know that everything, the story, I'm narrating the story, I'm not narrating that, just I'm emphasizing that. Sorry. Haridas Tagore just delivered this prostitute within the 3 days, that is 3 nights, just by chanting constant of 192 rounds of holy name, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Just by constant hearing of the holy name, she got delivered. That doesn't mean that she just went back to Godhead. Again, she atoned. Atonement means tapasya, austerity. What she did? That austerity of just forgetting about what she had done in her life. Just take the shelter of the holy name. That holy name itself can award us the devotional service. Even at the cost of we are doing, even practicing the devotional service, when we are committing the mistakes, when we are doing the offenses, but still there is no hope. The only hope is chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. But one thing, again it is same thing. At this point of time, we cannot chant the holy name unless until we take the shelter of, because this chanting is offenseless. See, offenses chanting. We are doing offenses. At this point of time, when we are taking the shelter of the holy name also, we won't get delivered immediately. Unless until we take the shelter of devotees, Vaishnavas. We have to take their shelter, under their guidelines, under their supervision. When we take the chanting of the holy name's shelter, then it's possible. Then otherwise, again we tend to commit mistakes. So that is the only solution. And apart from that, there is no solution to get rid of this heaviest sins or the lowest sins. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in that way, unless we chant the name of the Lord with pure, unmotivated, uninterrupted love, we cannot enter into the divine realm of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Goloka Vrindavan. So even the Prachita is just like that. How much seriously we have to take? This two example of like Parikshit Maharaj. He came to know. Just Ajamila also got the second chance. Immediately he went to Haridwar and did all the atonement like chanting the holy name of the Lord rest of his life. Then Parikshit Maharaj also came to know that within 7 days I am going to die. What he did? He took the shelter of the saints, sages, and he heard about Srimad Bhagavatam constantly in the 7 days. And Katwanga Muni also he came to know that just next moment, in a moment I am going to leave. We know that how he utilized his life in the service of Krishna just by taking the holy name of the Lord. So whether we have done our past heaviest sins or lowest sins, doesn't matter. We have to take the shelter of the holy name. And this is the only the shelter which gives us and awards us the pure devotional service. And of course, nullifying and forgetting about the all mistakes which we have done, these are all just byproducts. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. I will stop here. Grandaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.